So hi and welcome back. Today we're gonna see what is variable in Python. For that I have created a separate file named variable. If you are new to this video, you can visit my Instagram channel and watch all the videos from the beginning to get a clear knowledge about what I'm doing here. So now I'm gonna type Ajmal equals name. Here Ajmal is the name of the variable and equal to is the assigning operator in Python, and whatever we type within the quotes is a string, and a string is also a character data type. So now you can assume the variable as a container and the equal to operator as a spoon. So now the spoon is gonna feed the data name into the container, which we call. So now the container is a variable. I'm gonna call the print function to print the variable Ajmal. Let us see what happens. So now you can see name in the terminal. So now when I call the print function and ask it to print Ajmal, it won't print the name of the variable, it prints the data that stores in the variable. I'll add one more. I'm gonna say it age equals 22. I'm gonna ask it to print as well. So I'll call the print function and ask it to print age. I'm gonna running it. You can see it prints 22. So here we have certain rules for assigning a variable name. So here Ajmal is a variable name and it starts with a lowercase character and keeps on going until L. So what are all the rules for a variable name? A variable name can contain letters, for example we can say A, B, C, D, or it can contain numbers, for example 1, 2, 3, or it can contain underscore character. So these are all the things that a variable name can contain, nothing else. So there is few more rules that how it can start. So a variable name can start with either uppercase character, like I say A. So here A is an uppercase character, and I'm gonna type B in small case. So it is a small case character, lowercase character, or it can also start with an underscore character. So now I'm gonna make it as an command. So I'm gonna select it and I use control / and it automatically adds hash in the beginning of the line so that the compiler can skip it. So now I'm gonna change few. I'm gonna show you shift underscore. So I use underscore character in the beginning of the variable name. So here the variable name Ajmal starts with an underscore character. So I run it. You can see we are getting an output, and I'm gonna change it to an uppercase, and I'm gonna run it again. You can see we are still getting an output. Now I'm gonna change it to number. So now you can see we got an error, and it shows syntax error, invalid, imaginary literal. So we got a clear idea about variable name and how to start it with. So we can only start it with either letters like uppercase or lowercase or underscore character, and we can keep on going with letters, numbers or underscore characters. Like here I use underscore character in the middle and still we are getting an output. And what if we add numbers in the middle? So after J, here I have inserted 1. I'm gonna run it again. You can see we are getting an output. So it can only start with uppercase, lowercase or underscore, but it can contain letters, numbers and underscore. So now there is one more rule that I'm gonna say. Python is a case sensitive language. So here I'm gonna add one more. So I'm gonna say Python variable is case sensitive. So I'm gonna type name is not equal to name in Python. So here I use name. I'm gonna change it for better understanding. So I use Ajmal and Ajmal. So here the Ajmal starts with uppercase A and the Ajmal starts with lowercase a is not the same in Python. So now I'm gonna change the Ajmal in capital A, and I'm gonna ask the print function to print Ajmal with small a. So I'm gonna running it. You can see it shows a name error, and it states that variable name Ajmal is not defined, and it also suggests me, did you mean Ajmal with a capital A in the beginning? Because the Python knows there is a variable in the same name but it starts with uppercase, so it just assisting me to have a clear idea about the variable name. So I'm gonna change it to capital A. I'm gonna run it again. Here you go, we're getting the output. So now I'm gonna show you one more thing, that I'm gonna ask the print function to show me the type of age. I'm running it. Now you can see it shows the class string. Class is something we will see it on later. So now the age is a string data type because we enclosed it within the string. Enclosed it with the quotes. So now I'm gonna running it. After removing the quotes, you can see it shows integer data type, because the Python will understand the numbers as only integer when it is been assigned without any quotes. So why I have said this? So now I'm gonna explain how the variable is works. So a variable is basically just a way to give a meaningful name to an area of a memory into which we can place certain values. For example, you can take 10 containers and you name one of it as Ajmal. So here in that container Ajmal, you're gonna place certain values. Here I placed the name into the container. When we create a variable called Ajmal, the Python allocates an area of memory space for us, for likely which we named as Ajmal. For the example, I say the container 1 is Ajmal now. It knows to refer to that area whenever we talked about the variable greetings. Whenever we talked about the variable Ajmal. So here whenever we talked about Ajmal, it knows the data that stores inside the container. So because we create that name by attaching it to a string value called name, Python also decide that name was a variable of type string and ensures that we can only do things with it that make sense for string. So whenever we do anything with Ajmal, it will allow us only to do certain things that we can do with strings. So that's it about variables for now. You can skip the last 1 minute, the theoretical session. if you don't want that. So now our session is ended. We know what is variable, a variable name can be, and how it can starts, and what is variable, and it is a case sensitive, and how it works. So that's it for today. Tomorrow we will see about numeric data types. Bye. Have a great day. Keep learning.